Good evening, everyone. At the moment, I'm just relishing in the silence on a stream. Isn't it nice and peaceful and quiet? It's a bit different to the other week, right? Not more serene, more relaxed. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you missed the live stream we did from Element Games on Friday, because we were there this weekend for the DeploymentZone.tv. I say the DeploymentZone.tv, it wasn't really the DeploymentZone.tv event, it was Brap from the DZTV Discord who had organised an event for everybody, which was incredible. Me and Winters went.
Did you recover from Drunk Winters?
I'll tell us all the story about Drunk Winters, Russ, in a moment, because I'm sure not everybody in the chat tonight was at King in the North. So Brap organised King in the North this last weekend. It was basically a community get-together for everyone in DZTV, !DZTV in the chat, if you want to come and hang out with us in Deployment Zone. Which was amazing, but we went out on the Friday evening at Element to go and meet everybody and have a few drinks, etc. Which we did. I did. Winters isn't very good with his alcohol. It turns out he's just as good with his alcohol as he is with his energy drinks. So, you know, it was carnage. In fact, it was so bad that I made the conscious choice to unlist the stream and remove it from my playlist, because I'm not sure that sort of monstrosity should be left on the internet for anybody else to see. So if you did come and hang out with us on Friday night, massive thank you. Massive thanks for coming and hanging out. It was carnage. Massive thank you for sticking with us, because it was bad, wasn't it? And Winters definitely, absolutely, completely and utterly regretted it the next morning. So Ross, I recovered from Drunk Winters. He took a lot longer to recover. So he didn't do. It was bad. He was in an absolute mess for most of the morning. In fact, I think he turned up at Element and slept on the floor for another 20 minutes. But yeah. So that was that. That was the DZTV weekend. If you come and join us in Deployment Zone, we do those. I say we do those. The community are organising lots of events for the community, which is really nice. So there's a couple more coming up over the coming months. And there's some more exciting news coming for DZTV people soon, but I think we're covering that in a video in DZ soon. Which is really, really cool. But like I said, massive thank you for... What do you mean bot is broken? Is it not working? I haven't touched it. Why is it not working? I haven't touched anything since Friday. So why would it not be working? Should we fix it live just to really piss everybody off? Let's see why Nightbot isn't working, shall we, people? Because it was working fine on Friday. This is the Winters effect, I swear. It's still in the channel. On the 14th of January, which was Friday, it had 26 commands. Why isn't it working? It's not in there at all, is it? Right, hang on. And welcome everybody, by the way, who is members. I notice the chat is absolutely full of live members right now, which is fucking incredible. So thank you everybody who's come to hang out with us tonight. It's probably Winters that broke it, Tim, you're right. Unbelievable, honestly. Unbelievable.
Isn't there pictures of Winters drunk on the floor?
Paul, there is. I've got more than just pictures of Winters drunk. I've got pictures now of a 20-year-old Winters, I think it is, there or thereabouts. Which is always interesting. Right, let's go settings. We have to go settings. We have to go community. We have to find moderators. Nightbot's still in there as a moderator. So let's remove the moderator. Let's part channel. Let's join channel. Let's copy this. I'm doing this live now, right? Let's paste it. Let's hit close and see if she's working. Is Nightbot working now? Someone do a Nightbot for me. Winters probably did touch it. I didn't break the bot, Rob. Liam, are you allowed to talk about the Eldar leaks, or can you not because you are a playtester? Navarius, depending on what the leaks are, depends on what I can talk about. So depending on where they are, if they're leaks and you're asking me to confirm them, I definitely can't talk about it. But I put Nightbot back in the channel, Umbra. I need to know if it works or not. There we go. Here it comes. Oh my god, it's catching up. Right, Nightbot's going to spam. No. Nightbot's going to spam for a minute because Nightbot's catching up. Amazing. Right, there you go. Okay, fixed it. Good. Live tech there, right? Live tech. Jesus Christ. Right, Nightbot's caught up with us. Fucking honestly. Unbelievable. Good afternoon, Neil. Welcome to the stream. You can't use your extra members for this month for next month, them the rules, apparently. No, I can't. I just have to go over. So, but I mean, I'm not whinging, right, that we've overshot January's goal. I've over-ejaculated January's goal, which is good. Thanks, everyone, for hitting the exclamation mark. I think she's caught up now, which is cool. Right, cool, good. Evening, Paramedieval. I hope you're well. I'm well. It took me a couple of days to recover, actually. And I'm definitely just drinking orange juice right now, just orange squash, because I don't think I can handle anything else. So Eldar leaks. I mean, let's not talk about leaks right now. Right? Let's talk about the Eldar model range that's been shown off so far, right? It's I was gonna do a pre-recorded video about this actually. I was gonna put on YouTube, where I was basically gonna entitle it something along the lines of Games Workshop are always the bad guys, just clickbaity title. And the reason why I was going to do that was because I saw the Dark Reapers were released. Yeah, was it yesterday, the day before? And I think that I think the mod. Right, okay. I'm going to go on record. I think the models are absolutely beautiful. I think those Dark Reapers are stunning, perfect models. If you look at some of the old sketches by was it Jez Goodwin who did the original sketches of the Dark Reapers? They're very, I'm sure it was Jez, they're very similar to the original sketches, right? So I think they're perfect. And yet within moments of them showing off those new Dark Reapers, it was fucking memed into oblivion all over social media, right? Absolute memed everywhere. People taking the piss, looking at Lego skeleton heads and all. And I'm like, I think they're incredible, right? And Games Work, and people have been screaming about plastic. I mean, you've got fucking plastic Dark Reapers, for Christ's sake. Like, you've been asking for this for years, and they go, like, Games Workshop go, here's some plastic Dark Reapers, which I think are amazing. And then everyone goes, no, they're shit, we want better. Like, they're going to go, well, fuck you then, just keep your Finecast crap. Because same as the Guardians. I think the Guardians are incredible. I mean, we haven't seen the supposed Avatar yet. I think the Sniper jet bikes, when I first saw the Sniper jet bikes, which is actually quite a long time ago, Flex was quite a long time ago, I was a bit like not sold on those. The Shroud Runners, I think they've called them, the range on the back of jet bikes. And now I've had some time to look at them and look at them and look at them. I actually now love them. I think they're incredible. And people are taking the piss out of those. I think the new ranges are amazing. So far, right, as an Eldar player who have been complaining about new models for fucking ever, we've got new Dark Reapers. We think we've seen a preview of Mugen Ra on that video. It's pretty much definite we've seen a preview of the Avatar of Cain, right? The Avatar of Cain, which everyone's been buying the Forge one because the plastic one's been so shit, and we've getting a plastic one. New Guardians, which we definitely needed. New Rangers, and everyone's going, this is shit. These are all rubbish. What can they do? What can Games Workshop do? Honestly, I don't understand. I don't understand people. We've got all these new models and we hate them. Okay, keep your Finecast then. Nice and calm tonight then, Mr. Liam. I mean, yeah, comparatively, Ghastly, absolutely calm, right? Apart from the fact that Luce, you probably notice, isn't behind me. It's because it's my eldest's birthday tomorrow. My eldest is 9 years old tomorrow. And so in a moment when she's finished reading to him upstairs, she'll be frantically making a birthday cake. So there's a reason to super chat, right? It's his birthday tomorrow. So that's why there will be no Wargaming Wednesday tomorrow night. There's no live battle report tomorrow night. I'm taking an unpaid day's leave basically because I'm not streaming, and which sucks. But it's his 9th birthday. There's no way I could stream on his 9th birthday, right? It wouldn't be fair. Well, not that it wouldn't be fair. It's just not nice for him. He wants to order Domino's pizza in for the evening, so we'll do that. Finally put lights and power into my garage. Need to board up and paint, then on to getting table and buildings. Liam, are there any good bundles I should look at? Bundles. If you're about terrain here on Crusaders, if that's what you're about, then just DM me in Discord, because there's some people that you can reach out to that might help you if you're setting up a new YouTube channel, which I think that's what you're doing. And when it's ready, make sure you let us know as well. I mean, Dark Tubbies or Teddy Reapers. See, they can't win. The Dark Reapers look sick, says Ginger Steve. Wouldn't want to kiss one with that smile. But as a toy soldier... where's that gone? Where's that chat gone? But as a toy soldier, they're good.
Birthday fund.
Thanks, Gasty. Oh no, Hamish. That was... There's another one coming up in a minute. Hamish, thank you so much for the birthday fund. You absolute legend.
Happy birthday, Mini Dempsey.
And there it is. There's Garthy. Thank you so much for the super chat. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Yes, it was Jez Goodwin. There you go. I thought it was beautiful, but can never appease a community of 40k these days. Always someone moaning. There is always someone moaning. Mech scrap shop. Always someone moaning. Everyone's always critiquing, right? Everyone's a critic. These are sculpted shit. Okay. Off you go then. Show me better. I mean, then everyone goes, it's not my job. Oh.
For a backup cake, just in case.
Flority legend. Thank you so much. Guys, Factorum in the chat. So I am not this weekend, but weekend after I'm at the
Happy
Factorum.
birthday to your young lad.
Zeddy, thank you so much for the 15 Australian. I think that's Australian dollars. You're an absolute legend. Thank you very much. So not this next weekend, last weekend of the month, and then the first weekend of February actually, I'm at the Factorum for two separate events, a GT and an RTT. Super excited to be heading up and hanging out down there. It's like my South Coast home for 40k right now. The Factorum, it's amazing. I don't know if there's any. Flores, tell us if there's any tickets left, you legend, because there was 2 tickets left for the GT at the end of the month. Guys,
just because you are a great dad doing the right thing.
Thank you, Neil. What an absolute hero. I appreciate that, mate. I've just seen that's $50 as well. You're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. So yeah, anyway, check out their Facebook page, and make sure you like their Facebook page. They put all the ticket details on there as well. And I'm going to be pretty much going to everyone this year because the Factorum is an incredible place for the hobby. Gaz, you're there this weekend. I might pop down on Sunday. Sorry, I'm just organising personal shit whilst we're on stream. So yeah, guys, make sure you check it out. Make sure you grab tickets. And I think they're looking at expanding in the future to bigger events as well. So definitely a reason to come and hang out at the Factorum because I'll be there almost every weekend. Winters is there, the one at the end of the month as well. So
happy birthday, Mini Top Knot.
He is just like a buzz cut. That's it. It's all he cares about. He doesn't give a shit about his hair. He doesn't have the same fashion sense as me, Scott.
Cake for the cake god.
That's the right god. 2 tickets for January left, 20 for February. Come on, people. February. It's the first Saturday in February. It's on my board up here. Factorum, 5th of February, 20 tickets left. I reckon we can sell it out. It's a single day event. 1 night in a hotel. That's all you need. 2 tickets for January. That's a GT. Winters are going to be there as well. Just saying. Florist, the man, the myth, the legend.
Here is a couple of pizzas. Domino's is expensive, mate. You want to find a cheap pizza shop and just tell him it's Domino's. So I'm loving building Eldar. Are all the models as cool, annoying as the Wraith Knight? No leaks. Keep them for Tywin, Welsh.
I'll get back to that in a minute.
Happy birthday to the Dempsey heir. When are you heading up to Belper again, fella?
Paul, I don't know. James from March of War asked me that very question this last weekend, and I said to him at some point in the next week I'll have to sit down on my calendar and work out the next Saturday I'm going to get up there for a DZ day. But I don't know when that's going to be yet. As soon as I know, I'll let you know. Ginger Steve, to respond to your question about Wraith Knights, it depends entirely on
Just planned and executed my kid's birthday party solo. This is for the required beer afterwards.
Did it on your own. I'm impressed. I mean, we've given him the choice of what he does tomorrow, and it's... Get this, right? This is his choice. It's his birthday. He only gets 1 birthday a year. His choice is Subway for breakfast, McDonald's for lunch, and Domino's for dinner. And Ginger Steve, I can't buy a cheap pizza from a cheap pizza shop and then call it Domino's because he specifically has the cheeseburger pizza from Domino's, and I think they're the only ones that do it. He also knows the logo in the boxes. I'm not sure we'd ever get away. Luce, we wouldn't get away with going to a cheap pizza shop and calling it Domino's, would we? God, no, exactly. So, in terms of the Eldar models, mate, it depends on the ones you buy and the ones you're building. A lot of them aren't that frustrating. So the Hemlock Wraithfighter stroke Crimson Hunter, the Wraith Guard kits, they've got some shitty little joints here and there, but they're not that frustrating. The Guard kits, they're quite nice overall. I only really had a couple of issues with them because the joints were so small and I kept the arms off to paint, which in hindsight I don't think you really need to do with the Wraith Guard. Wraith Blades are beautiful. Wraith Lords are a bit janky simply because they're very mono pose and you have to work really hard to pose them. The Dire Avenger kits are okay, they're a bit dated. The Farseer, the Wind Rider kits are amazing kits, they're lovely. So, I mean, overall they're pretty decent, mate. I think you'll be okay. The Wraith Knight, I didn't think it was that bad. Why did you have your problem? Maybe it's just because it's you and, you know, you're ginger, so perhaps that's why you're having problems. Huronska says, hello, I shall be there to buy more stuff Friday. Yes, I'm after all types of training, a long way off starting for a channel. Okay, well, give me a shout on Discord or something, mate, or whatever, and I'll have a chat with you about it and see what we can do to help you out to get you up and running. Skulls for the Skull Throne, Vex Legend, of course. I want a Chaos hype at the moment. I took World Eater. No, I didn't take World Eater. I took Black Legion to the DZ event, to the King in the North event, and they were shit. But it's just giving my love for Chaos back. Oddly, right? How weird's that?
How'd the doctor's appointment go on Monday?
It was okay. So, for those of you who don't know, my eldest whose birthday is tomorrow, and that was Miles who's asked that, by the way. We think he had a heart condition, so he's got a little monitor in. So we had a checkup on Monday after an episode towards the end of last year. All's currently good. All's currently okay on the Western Front, which is great news. But they're going to leave that in for like another 3 years? 5-year life on the battery?
Well, the reason he collapsed is now a curveball. The heart block is there because it's on the tape, but he's not symptomatic, which is why they're searching there.
So he still might have a heart block, which isn't the greatest news, but he's currently happy and healthy, and that's the main thing, right? So they're keeping a close eye on him. They'll keep the monitoring for another 3 years, which is the battery's like a 5-year battery. I guess we just wait and see what happens. But yeah, there was nothing of concern. Miles, thanks for the super chat, mate. I appreciate that a lot. Expensive taste, that lad, worse than my missus. It's just fast food. All he wants is fucking fast food all day. So I'm gonna feel rough as shit tomorrow night as well. But
because I bore him to tears about carrot sticks and apple wedges that he's like, yes, fuckers, it's my birthday.
I've got so old, I've now had to start having gluten-free stuff. So, sawdust, basically. Honestly. I'm currently finding the new minis a little plain and kind of just scaled up versions of the old ones for some, but looking forward to seeing what the painting community does with them. What about the new Eldar ones, Gaz? I don't disagree with you, but I'm kind of happy they've kept the originals. Like, I definitely prefer them keeping to the originals because I really like the way they looked, and I'm just glad that they're nice plastic kits instead. It doesn't have numbers for the first half of the instructions. Also, I want sweet smoothness, no lines or gaps anywhere. That's hard, especially with Eldar. I did find some instructions online ages ago that have got the numbers on them. So, yeah, if your Google falls up to scratch, you might be able to find some. How did Abaddon do? Paul Abaddon was an absolute boss.
So, about last Friday's stream, how was Winter Sat?
I'll tell you about that in a minute, Dave. So, Abaddon was not only an absolute boss, but that was... Okay. Abaddon was shit for game 1 and 2 because he died in the first 2 turns before he could get anywhere because people went, it's Abaddon, and killed him, which is, you know, kind of expected. Abaddon on the 3rd game, however, managed to get himself into glorious close combat and went on a bit of a rampage. I played John and his Ultramarines, and Abaddon, who's well versed in killing Ultramarines, and he did a very good job of killing one. I think he got charged by some captain who thought he'd big dick it, and Abaddon did 21 attacks because of the blade giving him an extra d6 and exploding death to the false emperor, etc. He was pretty horrendous, the poor bastard. Slaughtered that Space Marine captain. Dave, he was a fucking absolute embarrassment on the Saturday morning, to be honest with you. He tried to lie under the table in the restaurant for breakfast. He got angry at me because my alarm went off at 8 AM to get up for a shower because I've got this beauty routine to do, right? We then got into Element. He lied on the floor in the corner of the room for 10 minutes. Then he started to come alive. I started to feed him water and coffee, and he was alright by about lunchtime. But he he wasn't a happy bunny anymore. But it's his own fault. Self-inflicted, Dave. We have no sympathy for him. Self-inflicted. Didn't have to drink all that much. Okay? That's on him. Gluten-free, that's heresy. Tell me about it, Ambra. Bolt Rifles, I assume you're laughing at me. How did Luce get on at the dentist? We don't want to talk about that, Paul. We don't want to talk about the bill that's coming out of that. Andy Downs said just had gluten-free and now trying to work out how to cancel my membership. Not very nice, mate. I don't want to do that. Don't want to do gluten-free. Don't know if I tried it. I had it the other week and it's okay. I'm not going completely gluten-free because I like bread, but downhill from here then, Liam. Yeah, absolutely, Max. My buddy just learned he's allergic to chicken. Who's allergic to chicken? Absolutely, who's allergic to chicken? That's what?
Don't see any black eyes on you, Liam. So who did Winter fight to the end of Friday night drunk stream?
It wasn't me. He didn't fight me. And if he did, he wouldn't win, would he? Thanks for the super chat, still anyway.
Bugger off with being old. Wait till you hit 48.
All right, talk. I mean, I'm old. You're fucking ancient. But thanks for the super chat, mate. Death Gesture was a pain in the arse to build. The Death Gesture is a horrendous... The cape bit, Johnny, right? The cloak, the collar bit? He's a horrendous model to put together. CT sent me the numbered instructions. I was a page away from having numbers. It's cool that I've got 2 to build. I'm praying to Kane that the Avatar is a Lord of War with his new model. Now that one I agree on, which is why I built my own. Okay, so we agree that the Death Jester was a shit to put together. My mate keeps him in reserve so he doesn't get first turn sniped. I mean, yeah, but I wanted people to have fun at throwing things at him, and they did, you know. I don't think he will, but then I also want those Titans. Just buy yourself a nice Revenant Titan, Steve. They're not expensive, they're on 412. Rigged for your pleasure, I just come into I gave him food and water. Is that your serve? No, they don't get fed. That's not how that works. I can't wait to use Mugen Ra as a Death Jester. My Bladegar still managed to take him out though. They did, John. I was sad about that. So John...
Most shocking was Sultan being a Rupert Grimace.
Did you not know that already? So John Rolling, I assume it's John Rolling in the chat. It's the John I played, I believe, at King in the North on Saturday. And it was his Ultramarines.
Dentist, Pliers Fund.
Pliers Fund, Dave, we need more than that for the pliers that Moose may need. Where were we? John. So John, I think, is the John I played at the King of the North event on Saturday. And it is, in fact, the Ultramarines that the Abaddon managed to... So at the start of the game, right... Maulafine dies, Rhino explodes, Maulafine dies, and then at the end of the game, Abaddon gets in combat, and then it was a pretty close game at that point. And it was just, the mission was basically just kill each other, right? So
let's not talk about the effing dentist fund.
It's a sensible... I fucking hate dentists. I'm sorry if you're a dentist. I hate dentists.
Not only is Sultan a Rupert, but also a crab. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
Yes, Tim. If you don't know what crab means, if you're in the chat going, what does he mean he's a crab? Crab is the nickname for Air Force. Rupert is the nickname for officer. So Sultan is an officer in the Royal Air Force. And apparently a lot of people were shocked to hear that. I mean, I thought the receding hairline and posh accent would have given it away, but... give Abaddon the Gaz goal no more than X number of wounds treatment. Wouldn't be a bad shout, Josh, would it? I'd be happy with that if I was a Chaos player, because Abaddon is a baller. Make him 9 wounds, give him the same as a Catan. Can't lose any more than 3 in the face. That's what I would do. I started a bit of a love for Chaos since starting back in the hobby, particularly Death Guard. Felt right since I work in a chemical plant. Amazing. On narrative as well, and Lord Master Novice, I like it. Death Guard are decent as well, right? I like the Death Guard of the model range. If you can get over the monopose sort of nature of Death Guard, the model range for Death Guard is one of the best I think they've ever done. I do tend to leave off a lot of the little nurgling things because I'm not the biggest fan of them, but the actual range itself is pretty cool. And if you can do a pretty sloppy, rough kind of paint job on them, and they look incredible because they're Death Guard. So I don't think my wife is allergic to chicken, but definitely is allergic to cock. Brilliant, Paul. Thanks very much. I got told no lemons and tomatoes a few months ago. You have no idea the pain that is. Really? Lemons and tomatoes? Is that a joke, or have I missed the pun? I'm assuming that's serious. Oh, brilliant. Where are we? Joshua Carl, give Abaddon. We've gone through that, mate. I agree, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just catching up with chat. Sorry. Minkster was about to build my new death company, having doubts about equipment. Why? What's your doubts, Minkster? Talk to us about your doubts. I really, really, really want the Phantom Titan. Looking at getting a bigger house to fit all the models in. I explained to the missus I need a dedicated double garage to hobby in. It's a deal breaker. You do.
TBF, I've never seen him in a plain man shrugging.
Well, exactly. You do need a double garage to get your models in, but what you need to do, Ginger Steve, is just apparently you just do like a crowdfund or whatever if you want to put your models in a double garage. And the community will pay for it for you. Maybe that was unfair. Try hard Eddie's in the chat. Welcome, Eddie. Hey, mate. Dentists apparently have a high suicide rate. According to a movie that had Bruce Willis in it. Brilliant. I'm sorry if you're a dentist, but I fucking hate you. Exactly, Building, but you get it. I just had to prove I wasn't a bot to get on the ForgeWell site. What the actual fuck? Yeah, I know, but but they don't do it on the Games Workshop site, despite the fact that the websites are owned by the same company, right? Yet you have to click out. Today I had to click how many boats were on the screen to get into the ForgeWell site, just so I could see how much a brass scorpion was, and then instantly log off again and go, not anymore. I have a job now. So that was that over. And then New York's is my favourite releases for so many years. The Beast Snagger stuff, if that's what you're talking about, and the Squig Riders and all that kind of stuff, they are really good. I quite like them. What do you think will be the biggest shake-up in terms of points in the incoming review? I don't know if they'll. I don't know if I think we'll see loads of points changes, to be honest with you. I don't think the game's too mismatched and unbalanced of points. I mean, there's some things I'd like to see change. So I'm currently building a Gravis Heavy Space Marine army. And if you're in the DZ Discord, I posted in the Hobby Apocalypse thread today that I've already finished my 250 points for this month. I'll talk about Hobby Apocalypse in a minute if you want me to, if you don't know what I'm talking about. And the Gravis Heavy Intercessors, I looked at their points. No one takes them, do they? You see standard intercessors, assault intercessors, incursors, infiltrators. No one takes heavy intercessors. And my list has 20, so I'd like to see them go down the points. But otherwise, I don't know. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Because we know the Tau Codex is probably coming quite soon with all the releases. We probably expect the Eldar Codex to come soon with all the releases. So it's hard to say, really. I think Drakari, maybe there's a points adjustment there again. They're still pretty powerful. I don't know. It's tough. It's a hard one to answer, that one. I don't know. I've dropped my Mauler Fiends. I've gone with a Blood Slaughter instead of doesn't degrade, and I can add them in a fast attack. That's amazing. I can't buy any Forge World right now, I'm afraid. I absolutely love Pure Guard Scion list, but mate, they need a new codex. They do. I love Pure Scions as well, but they need better rules. Gaz, celebrating being a member for 12 months. Gaz, thank you so much. What a legend. How did you find 1,250 points for the event? Did it make for more manoeuvrability on the board and less stressful game not having to deal with so many rules? Also, it seems I am 1 year old member. You are. You're a 1 year old member. Massive member. This is a hard one to answer, and I'm going to be minorly critical of Element here, which isn't very fair. I said it to him at the time. The terrain, so we had an 80-player event, lots of tables. The terrain wasn't very dense, so manoeuvrability kind of wasn't a thing, because it wasn't a lot you could hide behind or skirt around. The first game I played against someone who'd played like 5 or 6 times before. So it was basically just go and have fun. That being said, Gaz, I took 2 units of Berserkers.
So like 6 models painted then.
8 models, thank you. Don't work hard, work smart. So don't sell me short by 25%. So I took 2 units of Berserkers, 2 Rhinos, 2 Mauler Fiends, 1 unit Chaos Space Marines, Abaddon, and a Demon Prince. So there wasn't many rules to think about. There was no real shooting phase. There was no real psychic phase. And I just got to go and run at people and try and kill stuff with Berserkers and with Abaddon, and that's fun. I enjoyed that. That's me in my happy place, right? So, hey. The custody page got leaked and lots and lots of points changes. Points changes from the Codex. It's just come out. Really? Highland Farron says, you still managing your No More Plastic purchasing challenge? So far, touching all the wood, I have not purchased any more plastic. I have wanted to. And I think I might have said no more models. So I don't think I can buy with my own money Forge World. So I think that counts that as well. So far, yes, but it depends on how much of this new stuff Games Workshop. So I did that video. I don't know if I told you guys. I did that video about I'm not buying any more kits and who's doing the pledge with me, and maybe it will teach Games Workshop a lesson. Right? They phoned me the next day and we're like, about these models that you don't want. I was like, whoa. There's a caveat in there that if you sent it to me for free to review, that's perfectly fine, right? That's perfectly okay. I'm hoping they still send me some. So yeah, I'm kind of managing it right now. But Umbra says, seeing the new towel leaks, and I'm not hopeful. It's not looking strong, and I'm hating the new marker light system. Umbra, interesting. Why are you hating it? I love the new marker light system. I think it's much better. I think it's much, much better. No one takes them because you need a mortgage for a box of heavy intercessors. See, I picked a load of them up off of eBay when they first came out, and they weren't ridiculous then. How's the Eldar wish list? Not allowed to buy any Eldar, stop it. Tau Codex is releasing at the end of this month. Possibly. Maybe. Do you think the Wolfguard will go up in points to match Vanguard Vets? No, I don't think it will, because Wolfguard are significantly slower than Vanguard Vets. One of the things that Vanguard Vets has got up their sleeve in this current edition of the game is significant speed. What will happen with Chaos Space Marine points? I don't know. I don't think they'll change much, fortunately. Because we've got a Codex coming, right? So just wait to see what happens with that. I better dust off my Storm Surge and Hammerheads then. You probably should. What if people gift used stuff? What if people gift you new stuff? We're not going to talk about that anymore, Russ. I don't want to go down that. I don't want to go down that particular rabbit hole. Wyland says, what we talking about tonight? The Carnage of Friday and the new releases so far. Me saying people should stop being upset about the new models because they're beautiful. I want some heavy intercessors, but they're low on my list. I've got, like I said, I've got 20 here. Well, 5 now painted up on my shelf. Done, finished today. I haven't finished 5 models in 3+ years. It's madness, right? The terrain killed me, nowhere to hide my Blood Angels yet. Well, I mean, Wild Eaters, Jedi, so I have the same kind of melee want that you have, but I also have 1 wound, not 2. You tell me who's worse off. Looking at the Thousand Suns Codex for a reference for what CSM will... Whoa, this chat's moving too fast. I'm not complaining. For what CSM will get, what do you rate higher, Mauler or Forge Fiend? Depends on your army. I've got 3 Mauler Fiends. I love Mauler Fiends, but I think you probably... As true with much things in this edition, right? It's... Ranged firepower is just better overall at the moment, because you can start being effective from turn 1. I would like some Forge Fiends for my Black Legion at some point, but, you know, no new models. I've got a bunch of Craftfold plastic for you to review. Stop it, Floris. Stop it. Getting annoyed with all the Craftfold leaks. Annoyed with all the Craftfold leaks? Interesting. Why are you annoyed with the leaks? This is leaking is an interesting topic. We've talked about this before. Why are you So I've had a chat with Games Workshop about leaks, actually, and what I'd like to see people doing about leaks. Why are you annoyed with them, CT? Tell me why you're annoyed with them. I know the codex before it comes out. Bolt rifles, currently kit bashing my own Farseer and Warlock Wind Rider using Quinn bikes, as I prefer the bike size.
Looks like you recovered from your last live show.
Just about. I think I walked in the front door on Sunday. I think Luce just looked at me and went, "Are you okay?" Jake's in the chat. So I know people have asked. Jake will return to the Wargaming Wednesday streams this next Wednesday coming. Not tomorrow, because that's my eldest birthday, but a week on Wednesday, it will be me, Jake, and Bron. Will be the old original crew. Don't know who's going to play and what army's going to play yet, but it will be the original crew for Wargaming Wednesdays. I might play against Jake because I played Bron last week. Liam, because you now can't move and shoot with Pathfinders, and no more ignore cover or move and shoot with heavy
10
weapons.
10 weeks until Dempsey Con. Countdown has started.
True, guys. Thank you so much for the super chat. Umbra, you say all of that, and you haven't seen the Codex. All I'm going to say is, wait for the Codex. GSC and Custodies this month. Tau and Who next month. GSC and Custodies this month. Tau and Who next month. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if we'll see. I don't think you'll see a dual release every time. To be honest with you, the new Marklight system is awful. It neuters the army more than it already is, and in addition, the benefit is okay. So I think we probably know by now, since all the rules are being released, and I'm a playtester, I've seen all the rules. You're going to be okay. Trust me, it's good. Harlequin's weapons are all +1, -2 AP, 2 damage with weapon-specific strats. I'm happy about that. Where are these leaks coming from? Top Shagger himself, Jake's in the house. He is indeed. The moment when a few of you are talking to Winters, someone mentions Eldar and he just walks off. Yeah, that happens, right? Absolutely happens. Hashtag get Lucy a maid. What's that hashtag starting for? I don't think she'd want one. Yeah, apparently they want you. Do you want a maid? Apparently she's more than happy to wash her own pants. That's the thing. She's okay with that. She's comfortable with that. Rigged for your pleasure. Will Wad. What's that mean? Joshua, I run an orc army with only 3 guns. Hearing range is always more effective. Is always scary. I mean, it kind of is though, right? Some of the more recent codexes are better at getting into melee. They've got more tricks. They have a little bit more survivability, and their melee power has been buffed up a little bit. So the introduction of things like shock assault and stuff like that for chaos. I remember when that first came in for World Eaters. It just meant that when they did get into combat, if they had been whittled down to half the size of the original squad, there was still a degree of combat effectiveness, which is okay. But you've still got to get there, and if you have a fast army that can shoot, Tau, then and it can shoot well now, Tau, then you're just gonna see suits bouncing out the way whilst they slowly but surely pull your army to pieces, which is what's going to happen for my Wild Eaters versus Tau now. The new Eldar kits aren't monopose and are backwards compatible. What's not to love? Are they backwards compatible as well? I didn't know that. They are beautiful. They're not monopose is important as well, right? The leaks are ruining the buzz for the big release, in my opinion. Craig, I'd say I agree with you, right? There is 2 types of leaks. There's leaks that get people a little bit excited and therefore help with the hype train, and there's leaks that just downright tell you everything that's coming, and then when the book comes out, you're like, I already know what's in this. I've just been waiting for it to turn up.
Have you had a chance to check your DMs yet?
Not really, no, Paul. It went a bit crazy after the weekend, mate. What's up? What's up? Let me have a quick look now. I just clicked read all. Oh, my fucking notifications. I will get back to you about that one later. Where are we? I agree with CT. Leaks mean people like Spamrat can make money off things you legally cannot. The leaks take all the fun away from previews. Thank you. I said that for ages. I said that to Games Workshop themselves. So, everything's on Reddit. That sucks. Did you ask Games Workshop about the leaks and your NDA? No, I don't. I don't really want to. So I don't really want to talk about leaks. If it's stuff that's coming out on the Warhammer community page, I'll quite happily talk about it, because the Warhammer community page have put stuff on there about it, so it's kind of okay. I have to make sure clearly that I don't go into crazy amounts of detail on it, because I could say something that they haven't put on the community page, and if I get overexcited about, especially about things like Chaos and Eldar and stuff like that, right? But when it comes to actual leaks on Reddit and stuff like that, I don't like giving them the time of day. I will say as well, on things like Reddit and whatever, you don't read everything, don't believe everything you read. There's a couple of things I've heard that have apparently been leaked that just aren't true as well. So don't believe everything you read on those websites. A playtester stroke factory worker has the books and just posts it on Reddit. Yeah, well, so I have a theory, and it's just a theory based on minimal fact, but I have a theory that the leaker is in fact someone who works for Games Workshop and isn't in fact a playtester. Marco, thanks for celebrating being a member. You take a leak. Brilliant. On point, on topic, like it. Thank you for celebrating being a member for 2 months, by the way. Being a member is amazing, and I appreciate everybody who... I mean, I appreciate you all anyway, but I appreciate that a little bit more if you're a member, so thank you so much for that. Shooting or not, my Tyranids always want to charge a nom-nom. Of course I do.
These leaks make it a boring waiting game.
Exactly, right? So that... And this is what I mean, there's like a scale. There's like a scale of leaks from 0 leaks, nothing. You have no idea it's coming. Book drops, fucking hell, and then you haven't had a chance to really properly get excited. And then you've got the opposite end of the scale. Whole book's leaked, screenshots of it everywhere. I know everything already. I've got nothing to be excited about. And I think this is your scale of no leaks to full leaks. I think we want to be somewhere in this portion about here, where there's some stuff fed out there, some little bits out there for, and predominantly controlled, essentially controlled leaks from Games Workshop ultimately, right? That get people excited, that get people thinking about, oh, hang on a minute. But then the community does this thing, right? Not picking people out on purpose, but the community does this thing. They see a rule, and they haven't seen the data sheet for the units. They haven't seen the stratagems. They haven't seen the faction abilities. They haven't seen the sept abilities or the chapter abilities or the craftworld abilities, and they fucking lose their mind. And you're like, wait until you've seen the whole book, please, because maybe just maybe they thought that would probably be turbo shit, and they've done something about it somewhere else. So I'm just saying. Do you think they should drop Marks of Chaos totally or overhaul them, Ian McCall? I want Marks of Chaos to do things again.
It's a boring wait ethier way. This way you can plan.
Can you though? I don't know. I appreciate the super chat, Crypt Shadow, but I'm not sure, because I don't know. I'm not sure I completely agree with that one. But yeah, I hate the overreactions. I hate the overreactions to some of these things. Like the Tau Hammerhead gun. Just wait. Like, if you're going to be excited about it, that's fine. Be excited about it. But if you're going to lose your fucking mind and start going off on one on social media because of some rules that have been released, then this might not be the hobby for you to start with. But equally, you're screaming about something you don't fully understand. So,
Off topic. Have you seen the Moon Knight trailer?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Ambra. What's the Moon Knight trailer? I can still remember to this day how I was excited getting my 5th edition Orc book and reading it back to front without any knowledge. The current leaks are just too much info. They are, CT. I agree with you. Absolutely. Willard agrees the Chaos Marks need an overhaul. They do need an overhaul. Born to Lose, Live to Win. Did you ask Games Workshop about Codex battle tomes printed in Polish? Our last tried to translate my rulebook. It didn't end well. I haven't spoken to them about that yet, actually. I need to write it down somewhere because I'll keep forgetting. But I haven't spoken to them since I last spoke to them, and I think we talked about that after I last spoke to them. Games Workshop have stepped up their miniatures. Do you think they need to do more with their terrain, especially themed to Xenos and Chaos factions? Yeah, so that's... But they've released some more terrain recently, right? It was on the Warhammer community page yesterday or the day before. Not sure when it was. Looks really, really nice. It does. As a Chaos and Eldar player, I'm going, well, thanks. More Imperial Ruin City looking stuff. Brilliant. But then I'm a Chaos player, right, Gaz? So I'm used to going, okay, just have a Space Marine tank and some spikes and stick them on. There you go. That'll do you, right? Thanks. Thanks for my Chaos Land Raider. I'm super happy I spent £40 or whatever it is on this thing. I like little previews of models like Rumour Mill and little bits here and there, but full pages just ruins it, like people who think they are the bollocks spoiling films.
Whoever did the Avengers film trailers needs to work for GW for building enough hype but giving away too much detail.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Yes, intimacy.
Bring back marks at cost points and do stuff.
What Ed says. Cornate Ed as well, so he's clearly the right type of Ed. That's like Chaos Marks now. Depending on the mark they get. So if you don't know people, right, Chaos Marks are basically about your squad or your champion or whatever who worships a specific kind of deity, a specific god. And at the moment, if you have a mark of Khorne or a mark of Slaanesh, it basically means that you can give them a different type of icon, which you don't have to pay for, or it means that you can spend a CP for a stratagem for them, or 3 CP if you're Khorne, because fucking everyone hates Khorne, why not? But that's what they do. Like, they don't give you anything else. They don't give you extra strength or speed or stamina or durability, or that's what they do, right? And I fucking hate that. I really want Chaos Marks to do something. Like, I don't know what I want them to do, but I want them to do something. And I'm okay with paying points for them to do something, but there's also no reward for being Chaos Undivided either, right? Like, at the moment, there is zero reason to make your unit no Chaos Mark. Narratively, there's loads of reasons for being Chaos Undivided, but in the rules, there's no reason to not give your unit a Chaos Mark, because the Chaos Mark's free. So you might as well give them a Chaos Mark on the off chance you might want to use a specific type of strategy. If you make Chaos Marks cost points for units, suddenly people will be thinking, do I want to spend 15, 20, 30 points on making that unit mark of Khornes and Ashes each or whatever? Or do I want to keep Chaos Undivided to save the points? Now, I don't get access to these extra rules or these extra stratagems, but I save points, which means I get more units. That should be the question people should be asking themselves. Born to Lose, Live to Will would be cool if you could. DM me on, as I've just found out with Sir Hammerlock, DMing me on Discord might not be the best way, but DM me on Discord, and at some point I'm sure I'll probably get to it. I forgot to buy the Blood Angels Codex. I also want to convert a Dante, so need to buy more Sanguinary Guard. Going to use Stormcast Prosecutor. He's a quality model, yes it is. Just shut the door. That's fine. Is she? Why is the dog going to go mad? Okay. Ben C, celebrating being a member for 4 months. You absolute legend. I will read that out in just a second. There's some super chats coming through. Actually, we can get it now. Haven't even read the last codex I bought. It means trying to find my reading glasses these days.
Chaos Glory Days is stuck way back in 3.5, loudly crying.
Don't loudly cry at me, Casty. It makes me so sad.
Either you get blue-balled by GW teasers or you get a nice quick cheap thrill from leaks, how I see it. Some people don't care about spoilers, some do.
That's true. Absolutely.
Just want to say it was a pleasure to meet you at King in the North. Hope one day to meet across the table, throw dice and have a laugh. Raised fist light skin tone.
Hero, absolute pleasure to meet you too, man. In fact, it was a pleasure to meet everybody that I spoke to at King in the North. It was incredible. Anybody who came and said hello, thank you so much. It was amazing. But obviously I only got to play 3 games. It'll be great to be able to play everyone at some point. Crypt Shadow, I get what you're saying. Right? So I've got my opinion on... I mean, I sit in this chair and stream to you guys, right? Clearly I've got my opinion on leaks. And my opinion is that they're bad. I'm not saying... If you like leaks, if you like to see the full thing before it comes out, I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't like it. But if you love it, then you love it. And there is an argument out there that these leaks come from within, and that some of it might be intentional, dare I say. Now, I believe that they're currently on Hunt the Leaker. Maybe that's just a front.
Has Luce set the kitchen on fire yet?
No, she's not talking. No, she hasn't set the kitchen on fire. I'll tell her you said that as well, mate. She's making a birthday cake right now. That's the whisk going on.
Can Luce wave and say hello?
She can't. She just shut the door. Maybe she'll come in later and say hello. But thanks for the super chat as well, Mixer. I appreciate it. 210 viewers, get in there, lad. But only 25 likes. It's 59 built in. But we're on about. But anyway, 210 viewers is decent for. I didn't think most of you would come back after Friday. I thought we'd be sat all rotary. I want to play with Liam on the table too. Are we still talking 40k, Ross? Are we? CSM should be a small section of Marines and a butt ton of Traitor Garden cultists. So that's something else I want with Chaos. Maybe you guys disagree with this. So we've seen typically so far with a lot of the Chaos, with a lot of the codexes that have come out, we've seen a insistence, let's say, with things like Death Guard or whatever, you can't take more Poxwalker units than you can take Bubonic Astartes. Now, I don't know if it's me, but I think that's not quite right. Right? I think you should have maybe 2 units of Poxwalkers per Bubonic Astartes list, because narratively...
No preference, really. Why am I giving you money?
Because you love me, right? Is that true? Where was I? So yeah, so Poxwalkers, right? So narratively, hordes and hordes and hordes and hordes of Poxwalkers shambling across the tables with the odd massively Nurgle-infused Nurgle infused hulking brute of a Death Guard Chaos Space Marine shambling between them. He just comes in like a fucking wrecking ball after people try. Like, that's narrative, right? Most planets have got hordes of cultists sacrificing and summoning and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's narrative for Chaos. So to limit it to one unit of, if they go to the route of you limit it to one unit of cultists to each Heretic Astartes unit, like they have done with the Poxwalkers, I'm actually going to be quite sad about that, to be honest with you. But hey. Navario says, Mark should be +1 strength for Khorne, +1 toughness for Nurgle, +1 leadership for Tzeentch, +1 advance for Sinesh, +1 attack Undivided. So you'd actually give Undivided a buff as well. Would it cost points? Interesting. Boom me all you want, but Chaos have always been shit. Starius, don't do that to me. We're friends. Don't do that to me. I'd like to see Emperor's Children get some love. Got a lot of Chaos out of my pile of opportunity. They're all going to be angry pink rapey dudes when I get around to paint them. What a great way to explain Sinesh as well. I like that. Minx says I'll play Brom and probably win. Agree with that too. Would rather know dates than what's in them. Dates is something that I would definitely like to know, right? I'd like to know dates, definitely. I'm a playtester, I don't know dates. But you can't have it all, can you? They have been good in 5th and 6th, part of 7th edition, just shit from then on. They were not in the best place in 8th, let's be honest. 7th and 6th, okay. 5th, pretty decent. If Chaos get a transhuman equivalent, that'd be sweet. Fucking everyone's
I am painting my guard black for Black Legion baby.
Good man, Dave. Good man. So Stu says if Chaos get transhuman, that'd be sweet. It would be sweet. But everyone's getting fucking transhuman nowadays, so you're probably going to get lucky enough to have transhuman, mate. To be honest with you, I don't know this. I'm just saying you probably would. I'd like to play a Scarab Swarm Necron army. That'd be cool. What with? I guess with. I assume. I played a game with 150 Poxwalkers, and now I can't use that many. Liam, email, please reply. Coast is clear. Mrs. in bed. What do you mean, please reply? What do you need me to do? You sent me it. You didn't tell me what you want me to do. What do you want me to do with it? Surely you should have done none of the cheaper units compared to them. Surely you should have more of the cheaper units compared to the Marines. Exactly, Ben. You should. Narratively. I have to disagree with Liam on this. I like the one for one. It's Heretic Astartes list, not Poxwalker list. Narratively, though, David. Narratively. The Maraca says, nah then, from Yorkshire. What a great intro. Welcome, mate. They just did the same thing with Cults and Brood Brothers, did they? I didn't read that book. I didn't review that book. I just fucking gave that book away. You and Winter stream again soon. Kind of. Yes. Monday coming. We're streaming on his channel. Probably. Possibly. Although he'll be sober this time round, right? So Squidly says, I hope demons share more keywords with their factions. For example, have Plague Bearers get the Death Guard keyword. That's interesting. Why? What benefit does that give you? I don't like that concept because a Plague Bearer isn't Death Guard. He might be summoned by the Death Guard, but he's not Death Guard. So why would you want to do that? I'm genuinely interested why you'd want to do that. We're definitely talking 40k on the table. Okay, cool, Russ. I just want to clarify. Didn't want to make sure I was not on all fours, right? Datsun Des, I'm reading Gaunt's Ghost at the moment. You get thousands of cultists and half a dozen CSM. Exactly, see, Des, exactly. Andy Downs, I'd give Undivided a buff for free, but make it worse than the pointed mark. Something like -1 to hit outside 18. Okay, that's actually pretty strong though, Andy, isn't it? Surely? Well, maybe not so much now on the smaller boards. Would be up for limiting cultists as long as they make the Traitor Marine a bit better. I mean, that's not hard right now. Right? It's not difficult. You see, this stat line for Space Marines, right? And I'm actually gonna tar Space Marines with the same brush here. Weapon skill, ballistic skill 3. Okay, I'm okay with that. That's fine. Strength and toughness 4. Adept. Oh my god. Adeptus Cage? I'm guessing I've got that right. Adeptus Cage, thank you so much for joining the channel. The first new member of the night? What a legend. one new member tonight. That was it, just one. But thank you so much, mate, for joining the channel. Absolute hero. It's because of people like you. It's because of the people that super chat tonight. It's because of all the new members we've had this month so far, and the previous month since I started streaming properly back in June, July time, which is why we can now do this for you frequently as a job. It's why I was able to paint models, so it won't be long at this rate before Wargaming Wednesday sees my new Space Marine chapter on the table, because I can actually knuckle down and get things done. So thank you so much for joining the channel. Please don't forget to hit ! Discord in the chat so you can come and join the Great Hall. Come and join us in Discord, and make sure you link your YouTube account to your Discord account, because otherwise it won't pick up that you've got a membership, and if it doesn't pick up that you've got a membership, then it won't give you all the access that you have now got from being a channel member. But thank you so much for joining, mate. You're an absolute hero. Where are we? I'd like to see Khorne get more love. They have the weakest range of all the gods. I want Khorne Demon King to come back. When's Khorne Demon King coming back? Do you guys remember? Was it 7th edition? Was 7th edition Khorne Demon King? I think it was 7th edition was Khorne Demon King. That was like peak Khorne for me. I fucking loved that book. The fact that you could get blood tithe points and then you could spend them to do things. I want that back. I want that back. Tim says it would be good if we could do both Chaos Space Marine lists with few cultist allies and an expanded cult with a few CSM allies. I agree. Absolutely. I love Death Guard and Thousand Suns armies, but my first loves are Iron Warriors and Night Lords. Would love to see the latter on par with the former. We can but dream. Yeah. Night Lords terrifying narratively, right? Iron Warriors terrifying narratively. On the table, people laugh at them. Strength 4, like I said, Space Marine stat line, right? Strength 4, Toughness 4. It's just shit. It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. Do these Horde rules only apply for match play, or can you play narrative? No, they're in the Codex, aren't they? The Maraca. So I assume that means that they're just there all the time, right? Because they're in the Codex. They're not in the match play section of the main rulebook, so I think that they're just always applied. I mean, clearly narratively you can choose to change whatever you want to do, right? You can do whatever you want narratively, but if you're going for pickup games, or you're going to your local gaming club, or you're going to your local games workshop, or you're going to an event, you just can't do that. So Cornet Ed says, how about binning Possessed as a unit and have it as an across the decks upgrade? Massively appropriate for something like Crimson Slaughter. Sounds fucking cool. What I do want is new Possessed kits, because those ones are dated, right? They're pretty shit. Corn needs better psychic resistance. You mean you don't just want your one CP strat, Willard, for Chaos Space Marines? You don't. That's not. You want more than that, do you? I believe Kugarth calls his demons Death Guard in the Plague War books. Does he? I listened to those recently. I don't remember that. I might be wrong. As someone who played Raven Guard, basically useless on the smaller boards. Okay, cool. Mars, son of Russ, says, hey Liam, how you doing? I'm doing really well, mate. Thanks for joining the stream.
I wish the wolves would get some love.
I'm at a point now, right, where fuck the narrative. I want all of the characters that exist currently in the Space Marine realm to just be upgraded to Primaris models. Because some of the smaller, fine, classy ones, etc., are just derpy compared to the new Primaris versions. Just upgrade them all, for fuck's sake. Why not? When I finally finish painting my Necrons, I'm going to play a game with just all the different types of destroyers. Good man. Chaos Cultists should get all the guard vehicles and get Genius to the cult vehicles too. Maybe. You beautiful bearded man. You know the weight of my heart, don't you, Mars? Thanks so much, mate. Ali, Reed, good evening, guys. Sorry I'm late to the chat. We're studying. Headers like mince. I mean, it's a reasonable excuse. Kind of. This once. But... I read somewhere the Soul Drinker's Gene Seed was used for Primaris. Could be an avenue into Chaos Primaris. Would love to see them do a dedicated Soul Drinker's CSM Primaris force to shake things up. See, I don't... I don't want Chaos Primaris. I don't. But I do want Chaos Space Marines that aren't far off the size of Primaris Marines. They're 10,000 years in the Eye of Terror, in the warp, tainted by the Chaos Gods. Bloated, grown. They should be Primaris. Like, they shouldn't be these. I mean, the new Chaos Space Marine kits are quite nice. Although I did laugh at the weekend. I put Chaos against John and his amazing Ultramarines. I put my Chaos Space Marines with their bolt guns on the table, and opposite me was the Ultramarines with their fucking bolt rifles. And it was when I realised that the bolt rifle was about 3 times the size of a bolt gun. I was like, it's fucking, the scale creep is insane, right? it's... I don't know if I've got an example here I can show you, wonderful people. I don't know. But look at the fucking size of this fucking gun on an intercessor. What size is that gun? Right?
Yes. Give me Asmodai for the DAW.
Yes. Yes. Asmodai for the Dark Angels, as well as Azrael. Azrael should be Primaris. Ezekiel, they should all be Primaris. 100%. Umbra says, don't talk to me about Night Lords on the tabletop. Umbra's a big Night Lords fan with a beautiful Night Lords army. And he basically can't use them because they're dog toffee. And that's not me being mean. They're just shit. They gave Chaos Space Marines Hateful Assault, right? Which was +1 attack if you charge or charged or are charged or perform a heroic intervention. That's better than the World Eater's Legion trait.
I miss the old mixed faction lists, like Tyrant's Legion from the Badab Uprising or Lost and the Damned from Codex Eye of Terror. Bring them back, please.
That's kind of also narrative for Chaos though, Paul, right? Their rampaging legions that often form war bands. Although I kind of guess it... I guess there's an argument to say that in the and this is partly the problem with the current rule set, right? And the fact that they've gone hardcore down the competitive route. Because I guess that there's an argument to be said competitively that you start allowing people to take multiple different factions and multiple different kind of legions and stuff, and it's open to abuse. Part of the problem.
Just found out about Demon Kalaba. WTF?
Who? Who's that? I don't know what that is, Ben. I don't know what that is. So yeah, Paul, I agree with you massively, but a lot of these narrative things that I want to bring out with, like what you've just spoke about there, I think maybe they need a caveat that they're not for matched play, or they're not for tournament play. What they should do is create a tournament play. We spoke about this many times. Create a tournament play, and then those sorts of things should be for non-tournament play, right? But Minkster keeps CSM 1 wound. Someone ban him. Someone ban him for saying that. I'm joking. Don't actually ban him. Are you happy about the return of squats? I don't... I don't know what... I wasn't even around when squats were a thing, as far as I'm aware. At least if I wasn't aware of it. Liam, what do you think of Witness's Apocalypse rules? I haven't even looked at them or watched Battle Report Wade, I'm afraid. But you can email team@deploymentzone.tv with Apocalypse in the title, and then they'll send you a copy of the PDF for free. See? I don't really care much at all about the size of power creep. I love bigger models. Painting small models is a nightmare. I will say, right, painting the bigger Primaris heavy intercessors has been relatively easy to do because there's just big panels and stuff. It's not that bad. So I miss the old colours of corn. I hope that heavy intercessor is getting a head start on next month's Hobby Apocalypse. It's just black. I'm not allowed to paint them silver or anything until the month starts. So there's no head starting. That's banned. The Hobby Apocalypse people told me that's banned. So it's just black, sat there black, that's it. And then as soon as the month starts, it can go silver. Well, it goes dark silver, then it goes light silver, and then I can start actually painting it. So, hey. Don't look it up. It's scary Chaos Space Marine making stuff from the Ventress novels. It's from one of the Ultramarine books. Don't look it up indeed. what am I not looking up? Most Dempsey do not look that up. Okay, cool. If you don't know, don't look it up. Right, I'm getting the impression.
Looking forward to Dempseycon and to Dragon.
Dempseycon, dear, and stuff. You missed the E between the S and the Y. I mean, it's like... I should name my channel after my name so you can get the spelling right in the future, right?
Creations of Bile are really fun to play, but need that extra wound for survivability.
Creations of Bile, something else that I don't think has been narratively... I don't think it's been narratively executed very well. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think it's been put together very well, so... So God's squats are gone. I hated them. We don't need dwarfs in the 41st millennium. That's what they are, right? They're basically sci-fi dwarfs. We don't need sci-fi dwarfs. If you want dwarfs, go play fantasy or Age of Sigmar. Unpopular opinion, I don't want squats. I'm happy with my unpopular opinion. Hate me if you want. I don't want squats. No interest in them. Starius, I agree with you. Just get rid of them. Don't want them. Traitor Guard would be good to see, or something like. See, that's another thing, right? So I've just been listening to Mechanicum, or is it Mechanicum? I think that's what it's called. I've just been listening to Mechanicum. When Cowboy Howe, so spoilers, but the book's been out for ages. Cowboy Howe, who was the Fabricator General of Mars, basically forms and creates a dark Mechanicum, and there's an uprising against the Loyalists, and Space Marines are again. So right, so we've got the Imperium, you've got the Space Marines, you've got the Astra Militarum, so you've got the Adeptus Astartes, you've got the Astra Militarum, you've got the Adeptus Custodes, you've got the Sisters of Silence, you've got the Adeptus Sororitas, and these are all represented. They're all represented as armies. You get all of them, right? Then you've got Chaos, so you've got the Heretic Astartes. Okay, cool. And I would kind of group Death Guard and Thousand Suns in with Adeptus Heretic Astartes, because they are. So Heretic Astartes, okay, we've got them. Got Chaos Demons, okay, got them. Dark Mechanicum, nope. The Traitor Guard, nope. So there's 2 extra factions there that, and even then, Chaos Knights. I mean, it was only recently we got Chaos Knights that were Chaos models. But and I also don't want to get a Traitor Guard army that's just got fucking Lehman Russes with spikes, because that's shit. I don't want Dark Mechanicum, which is just Mechanicus with spikes. That's although the rules would be cool with spikes, because I don't want things with just spikes on it. That doesn't make it. You don't just put spikes on things and make it chaos. That's not how it works. But Traitor Guard, yeah. So I want to be Traitor Guard. I want to see Traitor Guard. I want to see Dark Mechanicum. She's okay. What's the banging? Who are you beating up out there?
No, you've got to get the air out of the battle, so you've got to drop the cake tin.
Are you done yet?
It's in the oven.
They've been asking about you.
Yeah, we're not going to bed at 11. It's only just in the oven now.
Oh dear. We had a £2 super chat for the dentist fund. How far off was it?
£418 to go.
418 quid. So it's a £420 appointment.
It's because it's a double extraction.
You could have done it 6 months ago when I was working.
Timing or what? Well, I thought, well, now I've got myself a decently paid job. The first thing I'm going to do is sort my dental out. That's a mistake. Don't do it.
£420 for the dentists. Oh, you don't like Ratlins for Guard? Yes and no, I don't like Ratlins for Guard. I don't use Ratlins. I don't like those. But then I don't use Olgrins or Bolgrins for Guard either. So squats will really ruin 40k in my view, says Arthur Dane. There's a lot of people got a lot of love for them, right? Because they're old school, but what about spikes and skulls? Now you're talking. Spikes and skulls, people will be okay. I'd like to see Chaos amalgamated and have specific Legion supplements. Yeah, well, kind of. I think so. For me, like I've said this before, I've said this 100 times before. The 4 main legions who follow the 4 gods, so Thousand Sons, Death Guard, Emperor's Children, and World Eaters. I still think that they should have separate books, simply because their demon engines and some of their extra units are so very different to some of the other legions. I think that they should have their own book. And then you have a Chaos Space Marine Codex, and then you can have Legion supplements for Black Legion, for Red Corsairs, for etc. Right, for what's it called? Night Lords, etc. We need a decent supplement for Night Lords just to make Umbra happy. I think that would be important. Late night stream, time to grab a beer. I'm not sure we're going to stay. Not sure we're going to stay on for the whole. How long is that cake cooking for?
25 minutes.
Okay, that's 11:05.
Yeah, and then I've got to wait to cool, then I've got to cut it in half.
So hard, like that's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Would love to see Traitor Guard with blood-packed style vehicles, like the stock tanks or the half-tracks.
Yes, Paul, we're happy with that. We're happy with that. I would love to see Traitor Guard, mate, absolutely.
I should hang around here more often. I love the chill vibes and the fact that you read chat so much. Happy to have you here. Liam,
Thanks.
love you gesture.
Thanks for the super chat, Miles. Absolute legend. Glad to have you hanging around.
We aren't going to bed at 11? Does that mean Liam leaves stream early to go to bed on his own? Have a bit of personal time. When is Clean Sheets Day?
Clean Sheets Day's Thursday, Steve. We know this. We've talked about this before. All right. Thanks, the three of you, for the super chats. You're absolute legends. You're amazing. Mars, thank you so much for the kind words. And you said you should hang around here more often. You should. You could. All of you white names could become members if you wanted to. Then you can come and hang out in Discord. And then when we're not streaming, you can still hang out with us even more because we've got a Discord server, right? Just saying. Not old school. I'm just old. My dentist appointment was 1,500. He wins. Anthony wins. I mean, he hasn't said what currency.
God.
He hasn't said what currency.
I knew it was bad when my dentist said, I'll email you the quote. Go
Wow.
home and have a cup of tea. And I was
Wow.
like, what have I done?
I'll email you the quote.
Yeah. So like they don't like you to talk about money in the reception area when you go.
This
Fucking hell, much.
this is why I won't go to the dentist. I've said to you, I've got like teeth like a piano
I
drop down
would
the
love
stairs.
for them to explore Dark Mechanicum, Trader Guard, and also Exodites. I think Eldars with dinosaurs and lizardmen would be amazing.
I agree. Exodites would be incredible. There's some Exodites covered off in the book, The Infinite and the Divine, which is one of the Necron novels, and they just sound cool. They just sound amazing, right? So I want some of those as well. Anthony has confirmed that it was pounds. Overboard says his dentist bill was $5,000 US. That's a lot of money for teeth. This is why I'm just gonna let them fall out naturally and just be all gummy at you, okay?
Let them fall out naturally is very painful.
I'll just be gummy at you. Mars, you don't need to say. You don't need to say sadly. That's fine, mate. I appreciate the super chat. You're a hero. You know, I kept the membership as low as physically possible, just to try and have a barrier to entry for the Discord server, because I think it's important we don't just let trolls in, but keep it low as possible for it to be affordable. And I'm aware that that's still too much for some people. Timon's, I'm gonna murder your name, I'm afraid. Timon Savonge. Hi, first time here. Love the stream with Winters and saw you live. Wanted to pop in. I love the stream with Winters. Which one? It can't be the Friday one, surely. That was a fucking car crash. But thanks for stopping by. Exclamation Cass is just exclamation mark beard in for the sake of it. Pliers, green stuff, and Corax White, the only dentistry you'll ever need. You've lost us at Corax White.
Dentist Fund.
Talks just super chatted a mighty €2 for the Rusty Pliers Dentist Fund. Oh, there's Doggo now. Look, everyone can look at Doggo in the background.
Doggo. Have you ever noticed how dogs lean in for human contact? Like when you go to hug them, they actually lean in.
That's because she loves you.
Dogs do.
If we don't need dwarfs in space, why do we need elves? We do need elves, Chris. They're part of the main narrative for 40k, right? Mech scrap shop exercise won't be a thing. You have to buy from AOS range and 40k range. Games Workshop tills go cha-ching. True that. Mars, you went for it anyway. £2 a month for Hasir. Thank you so much for joining the channel. That's the second new member tonight. Putting us up to 43 out of 30 for January, and it's only the 18th of the month. You legends, thank you so much. In America, they charge you like $1,000 to get an ambulance. I'm not sure any country can compare healthcare prices with the US. It's probably true, Starius, absolutely. Free dental care, keeping me in the Royal Navy, can't afford to leave. That's the other part of how they get you, right? That's part of how they get you. Some people love a good car crash. They do, absolutely. It was, in fact, a car crash, though, right? I didn't like how Games Workshop say you can't use third-party bits on your minis, but they don't make any really good stuff to really customize your minis. Yeah, I've been at Warhammer World with someone who had a kit-bashed guard army. Every model had guard parts on it, like that he bought from Games Workshop, but they also had third-party parts on it that he bought from other people, and he got told off. He got told, don't bring them back. This is a few years ago now, mind. Timon Savonge, thank you so much for joining the channel, you absolute legend as a member. I've just seen the first one was Comedy Gold, actually, and yeah, you were close with the name. I'm getting better at names. I swear some people come in here with names that are ridiculous just to throw me off. Not saying that you're one of those, but thanks so much for joining the channel, you absolute legend. Third new member. It's kicking off now, at least, because they're all waiting for your cake now. That's what's going on.
He's chosen. It's cool.
Your mic's on, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you can use your microphone if you'd like to.
Again, the not talking about the thing dentist fund.
Not talking about it.
Yeah, I don't think Ben's comfortable talking about the dentist.
Ugh, I don't blame him.
Why not have Demon Gone infused Chaos Marines? Demons are huge, so have one of the princes create his own Marines. Yeah, why not? Why not? I'm not broke. I thought the minimum was 5 or 10. No, we keep it proper low here, right? Like, the community, I'm trying to promote, so we did the same with DZ, right? I'm trying to promote a massively inclusive and fun and engaging community, and if I put the fucking barrier to entry up at £10 a month, then I'm not doing that. It's greedy, and that's not the point. So there's lots of different levels and tiers that people can choose to subscribe at, that's fine, or become a member at. And there's levels that are 2, 5, 9 and upwards, but I didn't want people to have to pick those levels because that is just me being, if I start at a base level at like 10, that's me just being greedy, right? So we've come in at a super low level so that people can just come and join the party, and as you can see with the amount of green names in the chat, right, seems to work. What about chaos squats? I don't want any squats, Colin. No squats. We don't want squats. It was hilarious for a time, then kind of a bit cringy towards the end. I mean, you're telling me I was there, mate.
What were you on about?
The Friday stream. Friday's car crash of a stream.
Yeah.
Every time you refer to Mars, son of Russ, I hear Miles.
So is Lucy's cooking good or bad? Mixed messages.
Is Lucy's cooking good or bad?
It's okay. You can be honest. I don't have the energy to slap.
Lucy's cooking's really good, right? It's Lucy's. Jesus Christ, Mech Scrap Shop. What a legend! Come in as a big dick, an absolute big dick, as a Thane straight away. Thank you so much, mate. Massive member. What a legend. I really appreciate that, mate. There is a number of Thanes. There's a WhatsApp chat for Thanes and above. So you make sure you get yourself in that WhatsApp chat for Thanes and above, because they're a really cool bunch of people. Wrath of Constantine says, hi beautiful, hope everyone is well. We are, thank you. Vex says hello to you, Luce.
Hello.
Toman says, how can I join the Discord? Umber, is there a Discord link already? Yeah, you've done it. Vex has done the Discord link. Join the hall. So click that link, join the Discord server, and then what you have to do when you're in Discord, and you can ask one of the seers to do this, is you make sure that your YouTube account is linked to your Discord account. There's a way of doing it. They can show you. There's also a piece of text that tells you how to do it as well. And then once you've done that, it will recognise your membership and it will give you the relevant access that you need, right? Because if you're a free member and there's no YouTube link, it will give you access, but you won't get all the access that you need to have. So, where are we? Quantity. Quantity is a quality of its own. Chris, that's true. Yeah, I got told that in my models.
Good night, you beautiful people.
Night talk. Thanks for stopping in and thanks for the super chats tonight, mate. You're an absolute hero. Love you. I have to admit, I was generally worried when Winters tried to get his arse out. He was never going to do that. He just liked you to all believe that he was going to. He would have been paying for more months, but had to sort pounds out, but you don't have to explain yourself, mate. I just massively appreciate it, genuinely. So thank you so much. What a hero. If squats come back in giant tanks and mech suits, would that be okay? Well, kind of not squats then, Vex, right? Getting the hard questions in before Umbra gets me. Which one was that one, Minkster? Oh, that was it, the food one. Has Luce been to Factorum? Yes, she has. You've been there twice now. Just once? Twice? Twice, yeah.
I really, really like it in there. It definitely is Ben's mind.
Friday was bad, but Desperado is good.
Desperado is good.
Slightly smiling face, slightly smiling face.
Yeah, it is Ben's mind in a building, isn't it, essentially?
I love it.
Factorum is an incredible place. Like I said, if you're local, or even if you're not, try and get to their events. Even if you book a hotel in advance. It's in the fucking arse end of nowhere. It's really hard to get to, but it's a lovely, lovely little venue. And it's totally worth going.
I think what I like the most about it is you walk in there and it's definitely like, why not?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't I want this? It's my shop, so if you don't like it, get out. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
He's not actually said that, but it's definitely the vibe I get, where it just feels, definitely
Got to go now. Had a great time tonight. Really glad I joined the channel and being part of the community, but someone has to make cyanide. Take care.
Okay. Thanks so much for the super chat, mate. You're an absolute hero. Thank you for joining the channel.
Cyanide.
Off to make some cyanide. Why not? Christios Margar... Oh, Jesus. This looks like a Greek type of name. Margariotopoulos. Good night, everyone. Right, thanks for stopping by. I just had to try the name, basically. So, yeah. Desperados is good. The problem was I think the main problem for Winters was that they started giving him shots of tequila and drinks of rum and coke, and he was just trying to drink beer. And that, you know, it's not entirely his fault for being given it. He just maybe shouldn't have drunk it.
Just for loose tears of joy, 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 tears of joy.
Thought you got away with it, didn't you, tonight? Out there baking.
Can you smell the cake?
I can. Yeah. Ali says, "Is Winter's coming back to another live battle report?" Yes. So, the first Wednesday of February, which I think might actually be the first, or is it the second? Saturday's the 5th, the 4th, 3rd, 2nd. So 2nd of February, Winters is here on this channel live doing a battle report.
Do you want me to double check?
Yeah, I've not got it on that board. Please, thank you. Yeah, so Winters is here on the 2nd, and then on the week after, which is the 9th, 7 days afterwards, I'm at his house to do a battle report on YouTube. No, he's here, but we're doing a battle report on his channel, is what I meant to say. Thank you. So the first two Wednesdays, all being well, no more hiccups. The first 2 Wednesdays of the month, next month, we'll have Winters here for live streaming. One will be on this channel, the first one, the second one will be on his channel. There'll be no drinking. There'll be no fucking monster. There'll be no tequila shots. There'll be no rum and coke. He'll just be sensible.
Decaf tea, no sugar.
Decaf tea. That's what he's going to get. Mud water. That's what he's going to get. Christian, you've celebrated being an Acer for 6 months. Acer. Fucking hell. What a legend. Thank you so much. Yay, new beard colour. Yeah, you get a yellow one now because you've been 6 months plus. I think 12 months plus goes to different, or it might be 24. I'm not sure where it goes to red. At some point it goes to red. Let's have a look. Should we have a look when it goes to red? Memberships. When does it go to red? Oh, fuck, I just nearly clicked disabled memberships. That would have been bad. So 12 months it goes to a purpley pink colour, and then on 24 months it goes to a red colour. 24 months. There are people out there that are red, I think, as well, which is amazing. I think the problem was people just kept handing you guys drinks. I mean, which is touching, right? The community was amazing on Friday night. They want everybody. We turned up and everybody's like, "Can I buy you a drink?" I was like, "No, I'm fine. I've got one. It's okay." But people just wanted to buy us drinks and say hello and you know, say thank you for and all that kind of stuff, which is amazing, genuinely amazing. But I have had some. This is a shitty flex. I don't like this flex, but I have to say it, right? I spent 10 years in the military. I've had some experience drinking. I know how to pace myself. I was fine. To the point where I think we went to bed at 2:30, 3 in the morning. I was up at 8, showered, down for breakfast. He has not had a similar experience, and he doesn't know how to pace himself. So he didn't do as good a job, and that was clearly evident in the morning. Marcel of Ross says, "You seem to be a player more than a hobbyist. Do you like to paint, or like me, you're not super into the hobby part?" So, interesting, Mars. I love the hobby part, and up until recently, very, very recently, I just haven't had the time to, because I had a full-time job. I couldn't do this for a living. I spent today and yesterday, or half of yesterday, because we had the eldest hospital appointment, and today, painting, and I fucking loved it. And I'm starting to really enjoy the hobby part of it again. And I thought I'd fallen out of love with the hobby part of it because I'd spent so long not really being able to do it, trying to grab 10 minutes here and there, and then you just go, "Oh fuck, I'm not gonna bother." Now I'm really enjoying it, so I'm loving it right now. Bimo, you celebrated being a member for 5 months. Thank you so much, you're a hero. How does it feel having 270 points painted? More than 270 points, because as a captain painted already. I just couldn't include it. I couldn't include it in the first month for Hobby Apocalypse because that'd be cheating. So I've actually got about 400 points painted already for my Space Marines out of 2,000. So another 1,600 points of Space Marines to go, and then I can start the second army before I can buy any models. Right? So we'll get there sometime. Do you still run your Elder army? If so, any plans to expand it with the incoming new releases? Sleepy Sack, yes. So 1, I do still run my Elder army, not as frequently as I'd like to. But 2, I'm hoping Games Workshop are going to start sending me some of those juicy new models as to review. Because if they send them to me as review, I haven't bought them, and therefore I haven't broken the pledge, and then I can get them in the Simhan army, right? Sorry I missed your streams last week. I was working in the middle of nowhere, staying at a shithole at night. I mean, I don't know why you're apologising to me for that, mate. Sounds like you had a worse time than I did. What can Winters do beside being Winters? I loved you guys on Friday. Some people have to love him. I was on coffee on Friday, way too much booze, saying you were indeed. It was a pleasure to meet you there, mate, to be honest with you. I'm jealous of you. I sadly am not that much into the hobby part, and I wished I was, because it would make working on my army so much easier. I get it, mate. Right, so this is what I'm saying. I think that for most of the last 2 or 3 years, getting through an army has been a chore, and it's been, I've got to do this, and then I haven't done any of it. I haven't finished any of it because it's felt like a chore, and it's felt like a chore because I haven't been able to put the time into it that I'd like to put into it. So with the full-time dream now being a thing, and now I'm able to sit here and do some painting, and it counts as work. So I'm incredibly lucky. It's because of you guys. I don't feel panicked in terms of time. I don't feel pressured. So I'm just enjoying the process.
Well, we were saying today that we think you're de-corporate.
So So when Lou started home educating the kids, you go through a process online that's called deschooling. Is that right?
Yeah.
Deschooling?
There's unschooling and deschooling.
So you go through it, but basically, kids get indoctrinated in school where they're used to this routine and that routine and doing this thing and then doing that thing, and
I wouldn't say indoctrinated. I'd say institutionalized.
that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you.
It's not a bad thing. It's routine.
No, absolutely.
Some people flourish within those boundaries.
But you have to go through a process of really kind of breaking that routine with them.
Not breaking, letting it unravel in its own time. I'm going to throw up in my own mouth in a minute. I sound like one of those people, but it's true. You kind of, it's so odd. You think, yes, we're at home. Let's just be lovely and idyllic, and let's go and live our best lives. And if we want to have a maths lesson up a tree, let's go and do that. And we did go and do that. All three of us were up a tree doing maths. And the second I sat down and I said, right, we're going to do, I don't know, inversities or whatever, I felt like a fraud. Bang, because I'm not in a classroom. We're eating lollipops when it's a lovely sunshiny day. We're not bloody miserable. And I felt like a fraud. And there's a whole deschooling thing, and I cannot explain it, but it's taken, we're coming up to 2 years being homeschooled, and we're only just now starting to find our style and our rhythm. It's taken this long.
And I'm so used to a corporate structure. I'm so used to sitting in work hours and having meetings and having a structure to my day and going, right, I need to do this project at this time, and I need to do that, and I need to do the accounts here, and blah, 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 blah. That now I'm like, cool, what do I do? Whatever I want to do. Which is fucking weird. I'm struggling right now. Yeah. Not struggling in a bad way. That, like, I don't want you to think I'm going, oh, I'm full-time, celebrate, then going, oh, this is shit. That's not the case. I'm happy, very, very happy. I'm just struggling to find the new normal right now. And that's a process I'm going to have to go through. It's going to take some time to learn, and I feel like I've done okay these last couple of days because there's some things I wanted to do. So I wanted to get my Hobbypocalypse progress done, 270 points of it done by the end of this week. And tomorrow's a write-off because tomorrow's his birthday. So I had kind of 3.5 days because Thursday's kind of a half day because we'll take the kids out to do something on Thursday. It's like our weekend, and I've done that now already. And
we had a was it last week or the week before? We sat down to have something to eat together, and it was 9:30 at night, and I was like, how did the dog walk go? And you were like, shit, forgot to walk the dog. And I was like, it's all right, I walked her, you're fine. How did the ironing go? Oh, bollocks, I forgot the ironing.
I'm just well off.
And just trying to be like, it's really hard to fit in the housework because you're living your best life and you should be chilled out. But oh wait, you still have kids. You still have a house to help me run.
Interestingly, it's not just the housework. So Quips has sent us a new fireside chat for DZTV that was going to upload and then get ready for launch yesterday at lunchtime. And I completely forgot to today. I just forgot to do it. Because I didn't have any structure. I didn't have that normal window where I do DZ admin. So I've got to get a routine. I've got to find the new normal. I've got to settle into it. I'm going to get there. Absolutely, I'm going to get there. And I'm happy, right? Which is the most important thing. But It's weird right now, people. It's weird. A lot of people go, how's full time? I'm like, it's like we talked about this earlier, right? You know when you go to a restaurant and you sit down and you get given your steak and you half cut your first mushroom on your steak plate and you go to take a bite and the waitress comes over and goes, how's your steak? I fucking don't know. I've not bit it yet. If you fuck off and let me eat my food, I'll tell you if it's shit because I'll call you over, right? And that's what it's like right now. Everyone's going, how's full time? I'm like,
everyone's meal chicken.
I don't really know.
I think it's going to be like, ask me at Easter.
JKS Union Jack celebrated being a member for 5 months. Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. I'm currently on leave from work due to a back injury. Well, that sucks, mate. I hope you're okay. It means I can finally paint my white scars. Only 20 firstborn bikers. Only 20?
20's plenty.
Where are we? Someone said something. Mike Bond said, does Imperium count as buying models? I'd like to think it's just buying a really expensive magazine. Mike Bond, Imperium doesn't count as buying models. I'm not subscribing to Imperium, and I have not subscribed to Imperium, and I'm not going to allow myself to do that as a get out of jail free clause. But for those people that want to pledge to or join in the pledge that we put on the channel, Imperium doesn't count. It is a magazine subscription. You get free models with your magazine, and people were already subscribed to that magazine before the new year hit. It'd be unfair if we go, no, cancel your subscription. So it doesn't count, right? If Bron was there, I'd give him a hug for getting his pants pulled down and a slap for making bad ultramarine lists. Maybe you could help him, because I think he probably needs it. Forgive me, what is Dempsey Con? Sounds like a bunch of glorious beards meeting in one location for 40k. Well,
we need to plug Dempsey Con.
That's exactly what Dempsey Con is. If you're a member of the channel, you can come to Dempsey Con. The tickets are linked in the Discord.
You took a kid up a tree to teach engineering? Disappointed?
So I'm sorry we disappointed you, Eston. So DempseyCon is an event that's happening in the UK. It's at Factorum. Like I said, it's like my hobby home in the UK right now. So it's at Factorum. It's in Warminster, and we're putting a Saturday get together on for this YouTube community. Okay, so for anybody in this community, you can come and buy a ticket to DempseyCon, and I could potentially, when we get close to the day, open it up to DZTV subs if we haven't sold all the tickets, but I want to make sure you guys get first dibs. We're basically putting one cake. We're basically putting one whole day on of gaming. There's gaming slots. There's speed painting competition. There's a pub quiz. There's
so how's full time then?
Fuck off, Dave. There's a pub quiz. There's a pub quiz. That was a bad. No one screenshot that. There's a pub quiz that we're putting on for 40k. I haven't written it yet, but there will be a 40k pub quiz. We could do a Q&A session. There's loads of things we could do, right? But it's also a get together, enjoy ourselves, maybe have a beer if we can get some the local brewery there, etc. It'd be great. It's gonna be good fun. Any ideas of how to get out of a slump and get motivated to paint from Chris Bailey? Yes, I've done this before. It doesn't work for everyone. This, so I'm conscious. I'm about to tell you to spend some money that you might not want to spend. A couple of times in the distant past, and I did this sort of recently as well, I was in a painting slump. The best way to do it is to find a model that you really, really love. Doesn't even have to be for an army you collect, right? Doesn't have to be for an army you collect. Just a model that you love. Something that's beautiful. Not too complicated, not too intricate. I typically do this with Space Marine characters, cool Space Marine characters, because they've got lots of big flat panels and they're not too hard to paint. So a single model that looks super cool, even if it's not for an army that you love, put it together and paint that. Just one model, nothing else. I'm not going to tell you the back. Fucking hell, woman. I'm not going to tell you to batch paint 5 Space Marines. I'm not going to tell you to speed paint 10 Guard. I'm not going to tell you to start dry brushing to get out your hobby slump. I personally, if it was me, would pick a single character. Like I said, typically a Space Marine. Doesn't have to be. I just wouldn't pick something monumentally complicated and just spend time painting it because you love the model, you love the pose, you love the look. You're more likely to be more invested in trying to paint that one well. And the other thing I would do as well, if I'm honest with you, this is genuine, I do this as well, is I would stop looking on things like Instagram because I think they can be quite bad for people's hobby mojo. So one of my good friends is a guy called Martin Waller. Absolutely incredible painter. He's on Instagram as Martin Waller Figure Painter. Check him out. He's won Golden Demons. He's won a Slayer Sword. He's amazing. And he's taught me some techniques, which I'm super grateful for because they're things I couldn't do before he taught me. But I have, for the last 2 to 3 years since I've known him, I've compared my work to his. And I genuinely believe that's one of the reasons why I haven't got anything finished for so long. That and time being one of the biggest problems I had in the past. But because I would compare my work to his work, and his work is far superior than mine. Far, far superior than mine. He's just a very gifted and talented painter who's had lots of practice. When I didn't end up looking like his, I go, I don't want to do any more of that, bore. Don't want to do any more of that. Not interested. No. And then I would just not have any interest in picking the project up again because I've seen what he'd done, seen what I'd done, compared the two and gone, mine's not as good, I'm not doing it. I think that's probably a good life lesson in general though. Like I'm applying this to painting, right? But this is probably a good life lesson in general. If you're starting a YouTube channel, you shouldn't look at the growth of another YouTube channel. If you're painting a model, you shouldn't be looking at how other people are painting models. If you're starting to use green stuff as sculpt, you shouldn't be looking at how other people are green stuffing. You know, your progress. If you're on a fit for 40k weight loss regime, you shouldn't be comparing your weight loss to other people's. If you're trying to get good in your faction and you're trying to get good at events, I wouldn't necessarily compare yourself to how other people are doing. Okay, your life is your life. Don't spend your time on social media or other avenues comparing yourself to other people because you'll never be happy. Compare yourself to the last model that you painted. Compare your weight to how it was a month ago. Compare your green stuffing to how it was when you started. Compare your channel to how it was when you launched. Compare yourself to the last version of you in whatever that thing is that you're doing, and that is how you grow and improve without necessarily having your mojo destroyed. So once you've done that Space Marine character, if your mojo returns then, brilliant. If it doesn't return then, maybe just get another character. Maybe just paint that one and see how you compare to your last model. That's probably the best way to do it, I think anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being super hippie right now, but... Cass says, what the heck was that? Luce was banging the cake tin again.
You have to.
What do you mean you have to?
It's the recipe. You have to drop the tin.
Yeah, okay.
You do.
I regret rubbing ketchup in my eyes, but that's hindsight for you. If you're learning guitar, don't compare yourself to Hendrix. Exactly that, right? I'm learning the drums. I'm trying to learn the drums. I haven't... when did I last pick it up? It was like a week and a half ago because they were listening on Discord, weren't they? Remember?
Yes.
I am using a number of tutorials on YouTube. A number of tutorials. These people teaching how to play the drums. And I could sit on YouTube and look at Travis Barker and see how he plays the drums. What's the point? I've just started. I'm never going to be where he's at. So, you know, the best bet is to compare myself to how I was doing when I practiced a month ago. That's the way to work. What if you're on the PC gaming side? I don't know. It's a hard one, that one. I had my photo taken with REM. That's me in the corner. Brilliant. Here we go. How you spelling Martin's second name? Waller. W-A-L-L-E-R. Martin Waller, figure painter. Voice told I'm struggling to paint my Pathfinders because I've told myself
Be
not to build...
proud of what you achieve. Revel in yourself.
Absolutely, Ross. Absolutely. Because I told myself not to build the cool mechs till they're done. So that's something else I'm doing as well, Todd, right? So it's working for me, though. I've got a couple of Chaos models I would like to start painting up to add to the Eternal Slaughter because I'm a bit of a Chaos hype right now. However, I knew I had to do my Hobby Apocalypse. I had to do it because I've committed to doing it, and I would be fucking abused. If I fail month 2, that's not the end of the world. If I failed month 1, I would have been abused. Falling at the first hurdle as soon as I'm full time. You lot would have abused me. Don't say you wouldn't. You'd have fucking abused me. So I base coated the black onto the models today. 2 models. And the only reason why I allowed myself to do that was because I'd painted my Hobby Apocalypse. Set myself a target, do the target, get to do the thing I want. Get the reward for doing the thing that I didn't really want to do. And the thing is, I didn't want to paint 5 intercessors and I didn't want to paint 3 aggressors. But what I do want is I was just seeing what Christian's written. I do want a 2,000 point army at the end of it, so I'm going to get it done, right? Christian O'Neill's called it Martin Waller Finger Painter. Brilliant. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. Eventually have a kill team full of Space Marine captains. That's true, right? Just a kill team. I was the same for painting, seeing everything posted online and in Discord, and I was like, nope, paints away. See, Paul, I did that so much. I did that so much. If Windows took up drums, he could be the new Keith Moon. I find painting a different model for freshness. I had fatigue painting so much. They call them palette cleansers, right? Complete palette cleansers. So, found it, thanks. Damn, that's some clean paint work. Don't, Ben. Don't. Honestly, don't do it to yourself. It's horrible. It's horrible. Oh, for fuck's sake. I've just seen that super chat DN stuff. That's horrendous. I love it. It is in fact horrendous. We'll wait for her to read it out for us. I found a hobby bingo card online and printed that off to see how much I could fill in by the end of the year. That's cool. Paul, send it to me. We'll stick it in Discord if people want to use it. That could be a laugh. See how far.
I dig. You dig. We dig. He digs. She digs. They dig. Not the best poem, but it's deep.
Don't laugh at that, Lise. Paul, if you think about it, if you remember to, you send it to me. Send me that bingo card. We can stick it in Discord and we can maybe see how many people get it done by the end of the year. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Right. Anyway, it's 11:10, Lise. How long have we got to wait for this cake now?
I need it to cool down and then I need to cut it in the middle.
So how long are we waiting for it to cool down?
I don't know. It's a Japanese recipe.
Chat, are we staying on chat for the? Are we staying on here for the next 10-15 minutes? A Japanese recipe?
Yeah, I said to him, because he doesn't want a cake that's got like a picture of a superhero on it. He just wants a strawberry sponge cake.
Okay.
So I said, right, we'll Google pictures of strawberry sponge cake. Pick one and I'll make it for you. So he picked one that looks really lovely and simple. And I thought, okay, that looks fine. Didn't realise it was a Japanese recipe. And there's meringue and bang in the thing. When will I learn?
Yeah, I know.
Smells nice though.
My wife said my wife threatened to divorce me when I said I was going to give our daughter a silly name, so I called her bluff.
Was that the answer?
No, that's from nobody. Joshua Cowlin says, just seeing your army painted on the table is such a proud moment. 100% it's a proud moment, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Strength Hammer has just become a subscriber of the channel. Welcome, thank you. Not the best painter by any means. I can get decent results. Made a couple of vids. It's really important not to get too intimidated by super top-end paint jobs. Minkster, top advice, absolutely. And it's, I think, the world of social media, I think a lot of people do that because it's so easy to see some of the Instagram pages I follow that the work they kick out is unreal, and I have had to learn that I cannot compare what I'm doing to what they're doing because it's just completely different league, right? Just so different. So different. Johnny Roxer says,
I don't care about new models or rules. Only the digital side of things and the new PC games incoming. Not all about you plastic buying bums.
Plastic buying bums? That's the first one I've been called that. I don't care about new models or rules. Only the digital side of things and the new PC games. So Ieston, do you, your 40k sort of interaction, your 40k enjoyment, is it only the games? That's super interesting because I know there's a load of people that came and played 40k or got involved in the actual hobby side of it because of things like Dawn of War or Space Marine or whatever. But is that still the only thing you do? Have you ever been a hobbyist? I'm genuinely interested. Johnny Rock says, I have about 8 armies to paint. I've started painting a unit per army and moving on to something else. It keeps me painting and I get to paint different stuff and it all needs painting anyway. That sounds super cool. I like that. I love you guys, but that show was put on last week on stream was disgraceful. Especially as an addict who has dealt with depression knows how he's hurting himself. Well, he's not addicted to alcohol. He just drank far too much of it on Friday. But sorry you feel that way. It was fun. It wasn't fun for him on the Saturday morning, at least. He felt bad for that. 45 out of 30, 50% better than targeted, and the month is still going. Congrats. Thanks, Thor. We're doing okay, right? Although I will say that bar also picks up anything that is an upgrade of a membership as well. So, like, if you decided to go from Hesir to Skald right now, that would pick up and it would go up to 46. So I don't know how many actual members we've done in January, but I can't because it won't tell me exactly how many members we've gained in January until the end of January. So then I have to work it out then. So I remember my ex's kid's 9th birthday prep. I made the cake. She decorated it. I was having a beer by 9 p.m. and had a night on the Xbox while she screamed and cried in the kitchen all night. What, with icing and stuff like that? Piping bags and shit. Fuck that. Hard work. Hard work.
All his is fresh strawberries and whipped cream.
Yeah, but that's all he wants though, isn't it?
Yep.
Stream gallery. What? Stream gallery? I haven't even got Discord open. I might do stream gallery in a minute, maybe. We'll see how long we're here for. I don't have to be self-critical about my models. My wife does that for me. That's amazing. Which cakes are the saddest? Wedding cakes, because they often end up in tears. Brilliant. Thanks, Gaz. About to use streaking grime for the first time. Pray the omicide for my... I've got streaking grime. I haven't dared to use it yet, to be honest with you. Mike Swanson loved Friday stream. It seems, Mike, Friday stream was very Marmite for people. I'm sorry, my lord, for I've sinned. Pledge held for a week, went in pain, ended up with a Black Templars Combat Patrol box with 20% off. Boris, we've only had the pledge for a week. Come on. Ikel, if we could all imitate each other's paint styles, there'd be no individuality and a ton of Van Goghs. That's true, right? That's absolutely true. Vanguard Tactics in the chat. Evening, Steve. This is a bit late for you. Aren't you normally in bed by now for your beauty sleep? Started my tower in the last 2 hobby apocalypse and got to 1,000 points in 2 weeks. Then I went back to work and have fully painted 1 model since. Just want to get to 2,000 points before the end of this one. That's a good goal though, Michael, right? If you get 2 hobby apocalypse and you get 2 karma out of it, that's worth it, right? Does it go down if you downgrade membership? It doesn't go down, Paul, no. Don't think about going down and going back up again. Or going down and going back up again. Don't do that. Just up. Always up. That's what she says. Trust me, alcohol severely worsens depression. It does, yeah. But he had a good day on once he felt better after some water, a little bit of breakfast, some coffee. He felt better on Saturday. He had a much more relaxing Saturday evening. I use socials a lot. Yes, they are on a whole other level, but I get inspired by the works of the great. So there is definitely some inspiration to be taken from social media. I'm not saying social media is bad. I'm not saying social media is horrendous, but it is dangerous. Comparing what you're doing, what you're painting, what you're sculpting, how much weight you're losing, how far you're running, comparing what you're doing to others, I think can be a slippery slope. Some people get really good motivation off it, right? A lot of people get really good motivation off of comparing what they're doing to other people. That's why things like Strava. So Strava's an app that tracks things like how far you run or how far you cycle and stuff like that. And those apps are really popular. And the reason why they're really popular is because people like to compete with other people. People are competitive. I'm a competitive person. I like to compete with other people. When it comes to painting models, though, if I tried to compete with Martin Waller, I wouldn't ever win. I'm just not going to win that fight because I'm not going to win that competition. Well, I say I'm not going to ever win. Maybe one day I could win, but I would have to pour so much time and effort in to get anywhere near the standard that he's at that I don't have. It's just not worth that competition.
Well, also he's been painting for years and years and years and years. Why not? Why must he be challenged? Why can't we just let him have that? That's his thing.
No, so that I'm not taking nothing away from what Martin's doing. What I'm saying is so we were talking. Someone asked me questions about the painting or Hobby Mojo, and I was basically suggesting that certain things like Instagram can be bad for Hobby Mojo because you start painting something, you think you're super proud of it. You're painting a heavy intercessor, and I'm saying that because it's in front of me. You go on Instagram and you see 5 heavy intercessors painted by 5 dudes that are like Martin who are incredible, and you might just get back to your desk and go, "Oh, mine are nowhere near that good. I'm just not going to bother." Yeah. People do that, and I think that
do.
And although I think it's good for some people, you need to be careful that you don't constantly compare yourself.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that is the best path to success, right? The happiest I've been in the hobby has been with custodians. I've decided on the painting level of tabletop standard before I even picked up a brush. Why bother competing with people if I'll never match that skill? But Tywin's... So, that's interesting, right? So you've already accepted that you'll never match their skill without trying. There's nothing wrong... Oh, by the way, thank you for celebrating me member for 5 months at the Thane tier as well, you big dick bastards. There's nothing wrong with trying to emulate... This is a really hard one to. This is a really hard road to go down, right? Because, and yes, Steve, I'm ignoring you talking about tracking it and the log looking bleak and empty, not touched. Maybe soon, maybe next week, possibly. So it's what you've done with your custodians is definitely the right move, I think, because you're not putting undue pressure on yourself to get an army out at that standard. Like if you look at Waller, if you go onto Waller's Instagram and you look at his Deathwatch army, painting an army to that standard is fucking insane, right? It's crazy. But I'm not saying people shouldn't try to emulate that level of skill. I think trying to emulate that level of skill in whatever it is you're doing, having a target is definitely an important part of the journey. If you have a target, if you know what you're aiming for, if you know you're aiming for 10,000 subscribers, or if you're aiming for losing 20 kilos, or you're aiming for winning a painting award, or whatever it might be, I think having those targets is definitely something that people should be looking to do if they really want to push themselves. But I think social media, when it hammers you with incredible amounts of high skill, which is what social media does, right? That's the part of the way the algorithm works. That can become demoralizing when you then compare it to what you're doing now, because what you're doing is you're comparing what you're doing now at the first step of the journey to what someone else is doing who's in step 100 of the journey. And that's where I think the danger is. So I have no problems with people aiming for step 100 of the journey, but you can't compare your step 1 to their step 100, right? Anyway, trying to achieve the best paint job I can on my Krieg has certainly slowed me considerably, but I'm happy with how they're turning out. And if you're happy, that's the most important part. Steve's off to bed. Night, mate. Would be a good stream topic for painting techniques and boosting morale. I can't teach painting techniques. Not me. Jesus. Paul DM'd you. Is that the? Please tell me that's the bingo card. That'd be amazing. Wolf A. Parker. It's easy to let go. It's easy to let go and go way too far. When my wife was alive, she used to have a problem with control of alcohol as her mental illness didn't mix well with it. Yeah, I understand that, mate. A consistently painted army on the tabletop looks great regardless of the standard achieved. I can live with it being reliable with my. I can live with being reliable with my painting while occasionally trying something new. I think that's where most hobbyists are, right? I think that's what I'm trying. That's exactly where I'm trying to get to now. White Wolf. That's exactly where I'm trying to get to now. Is being reliable so my army looks pretty consistent, whilst at the same time trying some new things here and there and doing some little bits different here and there. So this army and the next army I'm painting are going to be tabletop. I want to get them on the channel because I'm excited to get them on the channel. I want to use them in streams. I want to use them in battle reports for DZTV, and so I need to get them done. And realistically, it would have been better for me. I'll go on record as to say it would have been better for me if I'd have got all this done. I don't know, a year ago, 6 months ago. So when I go full time, I've already got the armies. I didn't because time was a thing. But now I've got the time to do them. I need to get them on the table because it's a genuine joy, I think, when you see a whole army on the table.
Got to go. Great stream, mate.
Tim, thank you so much for the super chat, you hero, and thanks for supporting the stream yet again. One absolute legend. There is a special. Someone said it earlier, right? There is a special feeling about putting an army on the tabletop that's yours. I love the Eternal Slaughter. The Eternal Slaughter is my Chaos Space Marine warband. I love the Slaughter because I love chaos. There is a little part of me, and I've got other armies to paint beforehand, so don't panic. There is a little part of me that wants to paint my own Black Legion army, and it might look exactly the same. But when I go to an event then, and someone goes, "That's beautiful," I can go, "Yeah, I did that." I'm getting more armies commissioned. Siege, Den, they'll be painting armies for me. And because I want a high number of armies for the channel so I can entertain you guys with lots of different armies for YouTube. But I will always be that little bit prouder of the one that I painted myself. That's just a thing. Overboard, did I miss the giveaway? What giveaway? There's no giveaway. Right, anyway. Keith Moore just said, "Oh, you're still streaming." Yeah, Lou said to finish off the birthday cake for tomorrow for the birthday boy. So, there's more banging around in the kitchen, so I'm going to assume we're nearly finished. Yeah, the thumbs up. So which means I'm gonna leave you guys in a couple of minutes, and I'm just gonna wrap this up and say goodnight. Are you going to craft a narrative for these armies? Yes, Vex. In fact, the custom Space Marine chapter, when I first put the captain on, or when I recently put the captain, I should say, on Instagram, I asked people for names, and there's a couple of cool names that have come in, and that's on purpose for me to have a starting point, a set-off point for the narrative. Guys, bring the heavy intercessors of Dempsey Con, and it can be the theme we need to achieve for the Space Marine speed painting comp. With painting, we have to remember everyone has different aptitudes for every skill, including painting. Well, everything in life in general, right? Anyway, right, I can talk about this all night. So, for those of you that chose to become members tonight, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. For all those of you that are already members who have hung out with us tonight, you're all incredible. For all those people that are deployments.tv subscribers, you guys are also incredible. Thank you so much for supporting us in those various ways. To everybody that super chatted tonight, I love you all so much. It's amazing. I can't believe the support we still get every single stream. It's incredible. Thank you so much. Like I said, there will be no Wargaming Wednesday tomorrow night, I'm afraid, because it's my eldest's birthday. That comes first. Like, that has to be the priority, right? It's family. So I'm taking an unpaid night off so we can eat Domino's pizza. Gluten-free Domino's pizza, right? So exciting. But you know, it is what it is. It's going to be a lovely day. I'm so looking forward to spending the day with the eldest, because typically on his birthday I've been working, so this is amazing.
Not me, I hate the hobby part 1 paint like crap just so I can play 3 base colors and some gravel on the base done.
Mike, that's perfectly fine as well. There's a couple of people. There's one of the guys in the channel in the Discord who doesn't paint at all. He fucking plays with plastic because he doesn't care about it. Just want to play. That's all I care about. It's your hobby. It's always your hobby, right? It's always your hobby. You do it your way. Anyway, and we will be back on Friday. Beer and Banter will be back on Friday at 9:30 in here without a fucking lunatic ruining it for me, okay? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I love you all lots and lots and lots. Make sure if you're not in the Discord, you get yourself in the Discord, and I'll see you all in the next one.
fought side by side. And if the gods will it, I'm ready for Valhalla. Berserk. Been there for you, brother. We have fought side by side. And if the gods will it, I'm ready for Valhalla. Berserk.
Come, when the fight is won. When the ocean calls my name,